Except is silent. Let's do a silent run. On Ascension fighting. Thanks to the follow, Rixard. 28. Yeah, I definitely could have blocked out the last turn if I was aware that I was dying. I failed to do the math and thought that I was surviving when I wasn't. Okay, so we get 250 gold or 100 gold available. Or we could upgrade our neutralize or swap out. Get some memes. There is an early shop available. It's not on a particularly good route. It's not particularly bad either, though. It's a little bit slow. We'd probably take the 2 fights, and then... actually, question marks before shops are kind of special, especially in Act 1, because you could get Serpent Event. I would hate to go to this elite after only having fought 2 hallway fights, though. I would want one of these question marks to be a fight. And it's only like a 40% chance. Or, no, I guess it's like a 50-something% chance with 3 question marks that one of them's a fight. It seems like a pretty good line. Alright, let's take the 250 gold and go to this shop. If we're taking 250 gold, maybe we don't need Serpent. Maybe we can just take the 2 fights guaranteed. That is a little bit of guaranteed gold too. Yeah, let's do that. Well, we can decide after this fight. I will take a little bit of damage just to execute Acid Slime here. 2. We could triple block and take 3, or take 1 rather. I think I will. We'll try and kill him when he's not attacking. Hopefully we don't end up bleeding too much health in the process. Ouch. I guess I wish I had gotten in a strike last turn, but I didn't know I was getting all attacks. Alright, floor 1 rewards. Bane is okay. Tends to be good if you get like a Noxious Fumes or something, and clearly we don't have a Noxious Fumes yet. Although the store does guarantee, is guaranteed to have a power. And that power combos with Bane like 2 out of 14 times. I think there's 14 silent powers. And both Envenom and Noxious Fumes are good with Bane. I'm not sure if we would actually buy an Envenom on floor 3, so maybe that's charitable, and I should only count Noxious Fumes. Quick Slash is probably the pick. Quick Slash makes you a little bit more consistent, doesn't commit us to any poison line, does a little bit more damage by itself. It can draw you out of trouble. It can draw you some non-skills against Gremlin Knob. Eviscerate would be a pretty wild speculative pick. You have to be a pretty specific deck for Eviscerate to be any good at all. And, you know, we don't have anything that suggests that's the case. Let's take Quick Slash. I think I will take the guaranteed fight. I'm gonna get that money before we go to the shop. Let's Quick Slash first, and then probably double block. Ooh, hey, you survivor. Great job, Quick Slash. No need to defend this turn. Just max out the damage. We don't have lethal, so let's block as much as we can. Plated armor? No, I think we'll save it for a bigger fight. This one's going to be over in a couple turns. Or right now, if we draw max damage. Well-Laid Plans is great. It's at its worst against Gremlin Knob, I guess. It's actually pretty good at each of the Act 1 elites, kind of for their own reason. Against Sentries, it helps you hold defends during the phase of the fight when you have a ton of dazes. So it helps you hold defends and set up for actually blocking for 10. Against Gremlin Knob, it helps you... like if you draw, it's pretty niche against Gremlin Knob. It's like if you draw Well-Laid Plans on turn 1, and like 4 attacks, or 3 attacks, then you can play Well-Laid Plans and hold one of the attacks, and then you're able to spend your energy on attacking more consistently. And then against Lagavulin, any power is good because you can get it set up while he's asleep. Finisher is a card. Card you can build around. We do have Quick Slash, which is pretty good with Finisher. Helps us to draw it. Well-Laid Plans and Finisher are quite good together. My concern on picking Finisher is it suggests that we pick Shivs, and if we pick Shivs, we will end up losing the run for reasons that won't become apparent until much later. So it's a trap. Finisher itself is not necessarily a trap, it's just, it does a lot of damage. But it can lead to you falling into a trap if you're not careful. I think Well-Laid Plans is okay, considering we're going to the shop. We're going to get a lot of power up from that. So I'm okay with taking a lower power pick here. Power pick. If we fight the light, we're pretty much committed to resting this campsite rather than taking an upgrade. And I think I would rather buy a card and then upgrade that card than upgrading one of my, 2 of my crappy basic cards. The Well-Laid Plans upgrade is pretty big though. But I think we're gonna skip this. Alright, here's the shop. Yeah, see, if we'd picked Finisher, we'd be like, well, I guess I should pick Ninja Scroll and Blade Dance, right? And it's like, okay, those are good, but then there's a cost to picking Ninja Scroll Blade Dance, which is, you top out at like 40 damage a turn, and that's not going to get you a damage cap against the heart, unless you find Shuriken. Cards that jump right out are the Preserved Insect and the Bouncing Flask. Those are both very good. And then maybe Bane or Dramatic Entrance. Dramatic Entrance gives us a little bit of AoE, which is just super good in like the Gang of Slimes fight, for example, as well as putting in some work in Sentries. Preserved Insect makes us a lot more confident in taking the 3 Elite route on the left. So I think I like doing that. We're picking Bouncing Flask against Hexaghost. Yeah, I think we can pick Bouncing Flask here. Sure. And then Dramatic Entrance, we can pick it, or we could pick card remove and a potion. I guess we probably don't want a potion because both of our potion slots are full. And I think Dramatic Entrance is the best card here. It's up against Bane, I suppose. But Dramatic Entrance costs 0. The Ring of the Snake means that turn 1 for Silent can be difficult. There can be like, you've got too many cards and you can't, like you're missing cards that you want to play. Dramatic Entrance lightens that load a little bit by consistently putting a 0 cost card in your hand. I think Silent is the best class for Dramatic Entrance. Okay. What does this do? Goes up to 8. That's pretty weak. Well-Laid Plans got a good upgrade. Bouncing Flask has got a good upgrade. Neutralize. Quick Slash is 4 damage. Something. That's probably Bouncing Flask. Make sure we're... Well, actually, is it Bouncing Flask? Maybe it's Neutralize. Neutralize is probably the most helpful upgrade against Gremlin Knob. So we can take some reduced damage from his attacks. Given that we have Preserved Insect, he's not going to have a ton of health, so we could just take Bouncing Flask and try and get that on turn 1. I think I like Bouncing Flask best for the fight we know we're getting into, which is Hexaghost. I think we're going to rest here. We could lose some health at this fight, and then the first Elite fight is sort of the harder of the hardest of the 3. So maybe we'll get an upgrade here. Plus we utilize the health exactly. Wow. Turn 1 Bouncing Flask seems good. I think we'll just strike. Cultist scales up, so we don't want to miss too much damage against him. Excellent. Alright, that's a 0 damage cultist fight. I don't mind that. Deadly Poison's great, does a lot of damage, but Gremlin Knob is a concern. I'll take it. The Silk Gas is probably better than Essence of Steel. So let's grab it. Turn 1 against Gremlin Knob, probably. Yep, there he is. Okay, let's try to get Bouncing Flask and maybe Well-Laid Plans off the top. Darn. We did get Deadly Poison, which is pretty big. We're actually going to Quick Slash first, and then if we get Bouncing Flask, we were going to play that over Deadly Poison. Alright, that's a lot of damage on turn 1. We are guaranteed lethal next turn with Bouncing Flask, so I don't mind giving him 3 extra damage. Considering it ends the fight. Wow, that's a lot of poison. You feeling okay, Gremlin Knob? You look kind of sick. Ooh, malaise, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we need to think about that too hard. Malaise is just good. It's particularly good against Hexaghost. I like it. We are not going to a shop anytime in the act, so Mob Bank is better than Sapphire Key. Got quite a bit of health, so let's go ahead and take an upgrade, probably on Malaise. I could see Deadly Poison being part of the conversation. But I think like Malaise is probably top tier, and then it's like Deadly Poison versus Well-Laid Plans. But Malaise is pretty significantly better. Alright, let's go find a Chemical Axe. Okay. Let's see, if we Deadly Poison this guy, he takes 11 and then 10, and we need to do 3 more damage to him. That's just a neutralize. We're taking 10 here, but I'm willing to take that to get that poison damage. We're gonna skip a cycle of Well-Laid Plans. Okay, this is clearly happening. And then it's take 5 damage and develop Well-Laid Plans or block out. Let's block out. We have Malaise coming up next turn. He is shields down, so Malaise actually hits him for 4th strength, 4 weak. If we want to do the full energy Malaise on him, which I suspect we do. We could defend in Malaise. Yeah, that actually still hits him for 4. That blocks out too. Yeah, okay. Let's defend Malaise. And then break this guy's artifact. We probably want to focus him first because he's got 3 more strength. Discarding a Daze is theoretically a bad thing, but it's unlikely to actually matter here in reality. Let's see where this goes. We'll screw this guy, I guess. Alright, so he's dead before his next attack. Should focus on this guy. Yikes. Taking 10. That should be it for damage in the fight, though. Not too bad. 20 damage sentries, I believe. Or wait, 30 damage sentries? Was it? Alright, all-out attack is a little bit more AoE. We've got some pretty consistent AoE with dramatic entrance, so I'm not, like, desperate for all-out attack. Sucker Punch gives us a little bit more weak. We don't have an upgraded Neutralize, although we do have Malaise. It's pretty important that we're able to peel off artifact charges with malaise and poison, but we're also extremely able to do so with neutralize and the poison. So picking Sucker Punch just for the artifact interaction is probably not correct. Could use some damage though. And Sucker Punch does that, as well as blocking a little bit. I think I like it. This might be Gremlin Knob again, so. Okay, first hard pool fight. Doesn't look too hard. Do we ever get lethal, bouncing flash, quick slash, and any attack? Yeah. That's not an attack. We can defend malaise, try and block out. Most likely getting 18 damage next turn, so I think I like whatever blocks the most. Just defend malaise. Alright, we got him. Terror is a card. Looks like most of our scaling damage is from poison, though. I don't think we're planning on investing too much in physical damage. I think another Quick Slash is probably out, as well as Sneaky Strike, so we're skipping this. We have no ability to block, so let's find some. There's one. We're always neutralizing. Probably playing malaise for 3 here. How did his damage go from 9 to 7 after losing 3 strength? Oh wait, I guess that's what you would expect, because he was already weak. Okay, that's lethal next turn. Some good draw available, expertise. Outmaneuver tends to work pretty well with well-laid plans and malaise. Yeah, I'll take an outmaneuver. Landing a malaise for 6 on Hexaghost pretty much just wins the fight. So I'm willing to devote a card to that. Really crummy turn here, but that's okay. Keeping a defend in hand means in some situations I won't have to draw a defend later. Pretty marginal. Malaise is strength neutral because he gains 3 strength and then loses 3 strength, but keeps weak up for an extra 4 turns or 3 turns. So I guess I'll do it. For some reason, all the attacks are hiding in the bottom of the deck. Let's see. So he's weak. When he gets 3 strength, he goes from 24 naturally to 27 naturally. I say naturally, but really it's like 18 naturally, but then I'm vulnerable and he's weak. I don't think we can afford to skip Bouncing Flask. Let's just see where we're at after that. Alright, so he's taking 12 and then 11. We have to kill him on that turn. We can't afford to be taking 21 twice. I think I'm going to strike now and hold the Quick Slash. And the next turn we have guaranteed strike, Quick Slash for lethal. Maybe that was supposed to be the plated seal, this fight. Would have saved 7 health and left us at 10. Ocean Belt, huh? That's Crippling Cloud. I think I'll take that. Sure. Alright, looks like we're resting here. Not a super comfortable rest. Never love to rest before Hexaghost, but we still end up just shy of a breakpoint, so you can't feel too bad about it. 23. I guess we're outmaneuvering, since there's nothing else we want to do. We didn't find the malaise. Darn. Can you imagine if we just gotten a turn 2 malaise for 6 on Hexaghost? Let's just develop all the things and block. Sitting this for 12. I think there's probably going to be a later turn that's better for plated steel. Or maybe we just hold it through the fight. Looks like Crippling Cloud defend to me. Hold malaise. I think this is the turn for Essence of Steel. Quick Slash shuffles, and if we draw the energy card, we're really excited. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Skipping Deadly Poison to block seems reasonable. There's outmaneuver. Looks like outmaneuver double defend this turn. And we finally get to land the malaise for 6 next turn. We do take a little bit of damage. Let's see, the plated armor blocks 2, and then he hits us for... He gets a -3 strength. So he hits us for 2 as well. So we actually don't take damage, I believe. Yeah. I'll just keep us Drake. I don't think he's hitting us next turn. He's gonna hit us for 0 times 6. What an idiot. I guess we have lethal too. Okay. Talked about it in Venom, but I talked about it in the context of a Bane that we didn't take, and then a shop that we didn't see in Venom. It looks like we're pretty committed to killing people with poison, and having a lot of weak... I'm not sure which of these cards helps us. Die is nice. Just helping us win fights. Tools of the Trade could be really nice if we find Hovering Kite as our boss relic. Otherwise, Tools of the Trade is not amazing. These picks are not good though. Maybe we should take Tools of the Trade. Just because. It's like not a bad card. It takes a while to pay off, but it's so it's very slow, but we're already scaling our damage pretty slowly. Maybe we need more block though than that gives us. I mean, none of these block, so we can't solve that problem here. Die makes us a little faster. Front gives us a little bit of front-loaded damage. We have quite a bit of AoE though with the Dramatic Entrance and the Crippling Cloud, Bouncing Flask. Not too worried about AoE fights. Okay, we'll take Tools of Trade. I think it's better than Skip by just a little bit. Alright, Snecko Eye is available. I would have loved an energy relic for the malaise though. Snecko Eye isn't technically that. With Dramatic Entrance and outmaneuver. Not like super happy with the Sneggo Eye. Slaver Scholar is strictly better than Skip. Ring of the Serpent, I think, is probably bad here. We committed a little bit to having Ring of the Snake with dramatic entrance, which I talked about a little bit when I picked it. And swapping that over means that now we're not going to have enough cards to spend our energy on turn 1. I think it's Slaver Scholar. Getting that Act 2 big malaise on Book of Stabbing is like kind of what the deck's trying to do with the Preserved Insect and the Malaise Plus. And Slaver Scholar helps that plan, whereas Snecko Eye does not. Snecko Eye is really good though, of course. I just don't think it's correct here. Okay, let's go fight some elites. I think we're ready. We've got some money, so we can go to a store first, too. Why not? Almost all of these paths have an elite, just this one. Excuse me. And then literally all those paths collapse, and they all go to this elite. And then an optional third elite, Mega Elite, which just about got our last run killed, so I don't know if I'm totally in for that. Seems like we probably want to go to this one or this one first, so that we get the fires after that. This one's got the most question marks. This one's got the same number of question marks and a shop. In fact, there's only one hallway fight, so we could end up in a situation where this is an easy pool fight, which would be kind of amusing. It's birds, run for it. Alright, so we can dramatic entrance and knock down the front bird to block. I think I would prefer, if I'm knocking down the bird, to knock down one of the other ones. But I only have enough energy to knock down one. Maybe we just dramatic entrance and like sucker punch the front one and then double strike one of the back ones. We're definitely playing dramatic entrance. We're definitely playing sucker punch on that guy. So now we're blocked out. And we can either use these 2 strikes to do 6 damage to this bird, or we can knock this bird down. I guess I would rather have a bird down. Okay, probably gonna malaise for 1. So let's like double defend malaise this one. I guess we could well-laid plans and malaise for 0. That technically blocks out this turn. It does not block out next turn though. Whereas malaise for 1 does. Yeah, I think I'll block out next turn as well. Alright, see you around, Sir Artemal. Crippling Cloud seems really good here. And then I guess defend. Yikes. Hit me for 24. Bouncer Class could kill this one or this one theoretically. Or no, he can't kill this one, just this one. Let's see if that's happening. Yeah, we just need 4 more damage and that does it. Okay, so let's start her. Great. Alright, well, Survivor blocks some. We've gotten through the fight. We lost a lot of health, though. Not a good fight for us. Second Deadly Poison. We don't really have enough draw to support Deflect, although we do have tools of the trade. I think maybe we just skip this one. Try and turn into a vampire. Hey, we did. Yeah, we have no upgraded strikes or anything. We're not losing any current HP. This is about the best vampire you'll ever see. There's a noxious fumes. We could get a molten egg 1 floor too late to make all of our bites upgraded. There's a chemical X here too. So we probably want chemical X and noxious fumes. And we still have a bunch of money after we do that. Probably want to do card remove. Maybe the quick slash? Yeah, I think quick slash is now the worst card in the deck, unfortunately. Another crippling cloud, I think is probably good, especially since it's on sale. Seems like the deck is mostly skills now. We're probably pretty safe picking escape plan. Oh wait, we don't have enough money. Never mind. Let's buy this potion. We do have cheap card removes because of Smiling Mask, so we can take the shame. Frail is a pretty big deal though. We could definitely lose an elite fight if we become frail at an inopportune moment. So I think we leave this. Transforming what? The Sucker Punch? I'm okay with that. And Envenom. We got rid of like all of our attacks and then we got an Envenom. I guess we still have attacks because they're bites now. Alright, let's go to the first elite fight. It's a tiny book. No turn 1 malaise, which is the best case scenario for us. We do have a turn 1 outmaneuver, so maybe we get a turn 2 one. Seems like outmaneuver and either crippling cloud or bouncing flask and then bite is happening. Crippling cloud keeps him weak. Bouncing flask does 8 more poison. So that's a lot of poison. I think we're taking 10 and saving the block bot. For turns like this, when he's hitting for 21. Speed bot actually is pretty good here. We can speed bot, play the whole hand. Seems fine. I guess that speed pot only blocked for 5. I wasn't figuring out. I forgot that he was turning weak. Seems like Noxious Fumes is probably too slow for this fight, so we'll play everything else. Hi YT1, how's it going? Alright, taking 10 again. Alright, here's the big malaise. We malaise him for 5 and he hits us for 5. Oh wait, we malaise him for 7. So he hits us for 0. Seems good. He can still theoretically hit us on the big attack turn, but that's not gonna happen. We cannot keep him alive. He is dying next turn no matter what we do, but we don't want to kill him any faster. So we can kill him with bites. Thanks for staying. Appreciate it. Okay, so we've got bites. We do a bunch of poison. Got Chemical X. What else are we picking with Chemical X? Are we picking Skewer if we see it? Probably. It's pretty unlikely we find another copy of Malaise. I would definitely take the rare that saves energy for next turn, because we get 2 extra on it. I don't think any of these have any interaction with those. No, there's the whole you know, thing happening in the world. So generally look down on to leave the house. We made sushi yesterday with my father-in-law, so that was fun. And we're gonna order Indian food tonight because it's kind of the birthday things. I think we need to rest at least one of these, and I think I'd prefer it to be the first one. Although if we get a fruit at this campsite, then resting gives us more value there, and we're pretty unlikely to lose this. I guess the only reason we'd rest first is if we think we need to rest at both of them. Do we need to rest at both of them? We'd gain 26 health theoretically and go basically back to full. I don't think we probably need that. I think we're probably not fighting the Mega Elite. But I think, yeah, that's fine. Are we getting a big upgrade? Yeah, like Noxious Fumes or Well-Laid Plans is probably the upgrade. Let's take Well-Laid Plans. We have bites now, so if fights go long, that's okay. And Noxious Fumes, the upgrade makes the fights a little shorter. We're always playing this because it's an AoE fight. Are we like double bite, block pot, double defend? Or wait, double defend, block pot, bite? Or are we like double bite, defend, block pot? I think double defend, block pot, bite. I don't know if I'm gonna get them both. We need to find Crippling Clouds on like turn 1, and we didn't. Let's do Noxious Fumes and Tools of the Trade so that we can draw into stuff. Okay, we need to do some blocking. Venom doesn't do anything here. These block a little bit, but then I think we need a double defend. Ah, shoot, we're missing the Crippling Cloud. Okay, well we can't take any more damage in the fight, that's not possible. So I guess we're just trying to deal damage. And it looks like we're just trying to kill Looter. Mugger's getting away. Let's get that malaise out of the deck so we don't redraw it, although that's not possible, so maybe we can get Looter. No, not quite. Darn. That was a really unlucky fight. I guess we could Gambler's Brew and look for another bite. Gets us 2 health and some gold. That's probably worth it, actually. Though I wasn't paying attention to when my money pouch hit 0, because he's got 60 gold if he took if he got all of his procs, but I'm not sure he did. Gambler's Brew is not a huge resource to commit. We're not guaranteed to get it either, though. Let's see, it's like we're taking 3 draws out of, and we have 3 chances to hit. So it's, let's see, we miss 5 out of 8, so it's 5 factorial over 2 factorial divided by 8 factorial over 5 factorial. We get 5 factorials canceling, so it ends up being 2 factorial over 8 factorial. 8 factorial is pretty gigantic, so I feel like that percentage was very high. We missed it. Okay, well, shoot. Man, that was a really bad floor. We like lost a resource in the potion, lost a bunch of health, lost all our money. Jeez, that mugging was not good. Maybe I did that math wrong. So 2 factorial is obviously 2. What's 8 factorial? Oh my god, this calculator doesn't support that. How? $8 factorial is 40,000. No, there's no way. I must have done that math wrong, right? So, like, can people check me on this? It was, oh yeah, the 5 factorials do not cancel. That's not how this works. Because one of the 5 factorials end up getting multiplied. Okay, well, whatever. I think we still want none of these. Here, let me explain how I think about probabilistic math. Okay, so we were drawing. There were 3 cards that were successes in a pile of 8 cards. So what I was trying to calculate was my probability of failure, and I fail if I draw 3 of those 5 cards, the 5 cards that aren't the bites. So the chance of drawing, for the first card, the chance of drawing a non-bite is 5 out of 8, right? And then for the second card, it's 4 out of 7, and then for the third card, it's 3 out of 6, right? So if you take 5 out of 8 multiplied by 4 out of 7 multiplied by 3 out of 6, that ends up looking similar to what a factorial looks like, because 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3. And 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6. So that's sort of how we get the numerator and how we get the denominator, is those factorial divisions. I don't know if that was very helpful. I don't really know what your math level is, so I don't know where I'm coming in at, but that's how that works. Yeah, we're gonna skip this. This has an extra option. I mean, bronze scales isn't particularly helpful, but I'll take it because it might help me survive. And we clearly need to rest here. Are we dodging this elite? Seems like if we dodge this elite, we probably lose the run. We're a little bit too weak. Also, elites are not that much harder than hallway fights in this situation because we have Preserved Insect. I think we basically, if we get Slavers, we basically have to draw Crippling Cloud on turn 1 or else we lose. But we have 2 copies of Crippling Cloud. Yeah, I mean, if you calculate it per individual draw, you'll get the same answer. The factorial is just a way of doing it all at once, but then it's a way of doing it all at once that you, can't realistically do in your head, so it's I don't know. Yeah, I end up, coming up with the factorial equation for it, and then staring at it and being I have no idea what that number is, and then making the decision intuitively. I think we're just gonna go for it. It's my birthday, maybe they'll let me win. Alright, it is Slavers, and we did draw Crippling Cloud. If we had traded out our Ring of the Snake for a Ring of the Serpent, we would not have drawn this Crippling Cloud. We would have likely died. I would say we're still pretty likely to die, but, somewhat less likely. We are not dying this turn, as long as we defend. So let's defend and bite. We're drawing a card here. We want it to be neutralize or malaise. Those would both be fine. Deadly Poison is more damage than bite. But bite gives me some health back. I think I need to win the fight by killing them. Okay. Well, this ain't it. I think we're gonna defend and malaise the one who's doing the most damage, but it's not enough. And we're gonna die. Okay. Well, that's too bad. They killed us.